All right, what's up, everybody? What's happening? Episode 459 of the podcast. I'm your host, RJ Carbone. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about the Knicks game, which happened earlier today, Monday matinee at Madison Square Garden. I'm going to try to get this episode out as soon as possible. So, like usual, it'll be up either the night of or the day right after. As I'm recording, it is the same day of the game. It's the night of January 2nd, 2023. So hopefully I can have it up by tonight. Damn. I'm kind of thrown off right now, man, because I was in the middle of watching the Monday Night Football game, and obviously, that's suspended. And if I look up, if you're watching the video format, if I look up, it's only because I'm trying to see if we get an update. If you don't know what's going on, Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, he collapsed on the field after getting hit. Ambulances had to come on the field, had to give him CPR. The game is now suspended. So, from what I know, he's in critical condition at the hospital. Now, obviously, as you're listening to this episode, there's probably a lot more information now out there. But I'm going to pray that he's okay, and I hope that his family is, in the best spirits they could be in. But I know it's going to be tough. But we're going to be talking Knicks, so welcome to the show, episode 459. I'm your host, RJ. Let's get to it. Welcome to BD4, an RJ Carbone podcast. BD4, where there is no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. We also do MMA. Yanks every series, Knicks every game, MMA on occasion. BD4 is a 5-star show on Apple Podcasts, also available in video format on YouTube and Spotify. So thanks for stopping by, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Champion of the world!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Time!
Penetrates, creates, and showing some dexterity as well with the left hand.
Yankees win!
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show, episode 459. Of the podcast. I'm your host, RJ. Yeah, we're talking Knicks. The New York Knicks picked up a victory today for their second consecutive. They torch the shorthanded Phoenix Suns at Madison Square Garden earlier. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. I did want to bring up Yellowstone from last night because I liked it. I did. So before we talk Knicks, I do want to. We might make this a weekly thing. We did it a couple times already. I know we did it last Sunday. It was a good episode. Yellowstone episode was the midseason finale. I did like it. We opened up with a flashback scene again. Younger Rip is at the train station, disposing of the body of the kid he killed. The kid that was, talking shit about Beth. So that happens. John takes him to the train station. He experiences that for the first time. I think he's helping out Lloyd's, or younger Lloyd, who the actor's son plays him. So after that, he gets branded, and he's officially, Yellowstone for life. Goes to the bunkhouse. He shows it off. It was nice. I don't really like flashback scenes in TV shows. It's nice to see. It's cool and all, but to me, it's like a waste of time. I don't really care about what already happened. You can't keep me on my toes about a flashback because I know where we are right now. I would just prefer we use that time slot to progress the plot and hurry up. Like, I get it. You know, you gotta be dramatic in TV shows and you gotta show different things and whatnot and whatever. I'm not a writer, but I'm more of a get to the point kind of guy. I do think it was, it was cool. But, then we see, to open up, after the credits, I think it was, we see old Jimmy at the 4-6's ranch. We haven't seen him in a bit. There's not really a lot going on there. He's with his girlfriend, and he's just living the life. He seems happy, and he's just doing cowboy shit. But, some fan service there because he was a big fan favorite. John's asking Monica if Casey wants to run the ranch while Rip is in Texas with the guys moving the herd. Him and Monica are going to live nearby, so that was nice. Him and Monica share a nice scene about her child who she lost in the accident. Meanwhile, we get to what really is going to be the big storyline for the second half of the season, which doesn't start until the damn summer. But we get to Jamie, right? And he's making his impeachment speech about John, and it's interesting. So he's going to try to impeach John, but it was cool because they sort of paralleled that speech at the same time with John's speech about the pipeline, right? So it was nice how they kind of, I forget what they call that, but they were kind of showing both at the same time, cutting between speeches. And so, Beth gets word of it. So she goes over there right after. She slams on Jamie's door while he's in bed with his, whore who's trying to manipulate him. She breaks in eventually. She knocks Jamie to the floor when she hits him in the head. And basically it comes down to she's threatening to blackmail him and unleash the infamous photo of Jamie disposing of his biological father's body at the train station. So what Jamie does is he counters. And he's all like, where do you think that photo was taken? It was at the train station, you idiot. I'm going to expose that and tell the public about the train station. Which I totally forgot that Beth, I feel so stupid that Beth never knew about the train station. That was just the guys who knew about it. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, what? And then I put it together, I'm like, oh shit, she never knew? So that happened, and then to add salt to the wound, Jamie's little whore comes down the stairs. I forget her name, but I just hate her because the actress is doing a phenomenal job. But she comes down the stairs, and to add salt to the wound, Jamie starts talking about the dead wolves that were killed at the ranch, which I'm glad they're hopefully bringing that plot back because I felt like it died prematurely. But that was basically the episode. It's setting up for what is hopefully high stakes, a lot of drama, dark and an intense second half of the Yellowstone season. Right? It's setting up for a classic Yellowstone season. Hopefully, right? I just hope, because it has been slow the last season and a half now, but I hope that this first half of the season is a setup for something that they're going to carry through with and bring the fire. I mean, you've got Jamie saying he wants to kill Beth and play offense and hire these group of professionals that the lady, the whore says, they're not hitmen, but basically are hitmen. We know Beth is definitely not afraid to kill Jamie or his side chick. Or I'm thinking of this, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm way off. Do we get a twist? Does Jamie kind of know he's being manipulated, and does he eliminate? I think her name is Sarah. So maybe that happens. Maybe he's playing a game that nobody knows. But it's gonna be fun, man. I'm hoping it'll be fun. I'm holding out hope that this slow season has been a slow build-up for the second part of the arc, which is going to be when it all just comes down and crashes and shit explodes and goes down, right? I'm hoping. But I enjoyed it. And I'm very interested to see. It sucks that TV shows do this all the time now. I feel like it started with The Walking Dead later seasons where they split a season in half. And now we got to wait till the summer. Which I heard they haven't filmed it, which I don't know how that's possible. But I hope it's good. In the meantime, we do have 1923. And the second episode did air last night. I did watch it. I enjoyed it. I don't remember much. I gotta go and read a blog about it or some shit. Maybe rewatch it. But that was good. And I have to watch Tulsa King because I didn't see last night's episode of Tulsa King. I started watching it, but I wasn't really focused. I gotta watch it all soon. So, but Yellowstone was good last night. I just hope again. I hope the second half of the season's good. Let's talk Knickerbockers. They win. They finally win 102-83 against the Suns. They finally take the Suns down. This one's at the Garden in a very weird Monday 3 p.m. game. It felt weird to me, just low energy. I didn't have a lot of excitement watching this game. It seemed like the Garden felt like that too. Nonetheless, the Knicks win their second straight, and they take care of a shorthanded Suns team without Booker or Johnson. And of course, the Knicks still with no RJ, still with no Obi Toppin for a bit. But the Suns looked pathetic. They look a lot like the Knicks looked in San Antonio the other night. They just looked dead. But for the Knicks, Randle stayed hot. He leads the way with 28. Brunson, just like he never left, man. He goes for 24. The Knicks, pretty dominant most of the way. The offense had all 5 starters contribute in double figures with points. The defense was there. We'll talk about that. But, really, the Knicks had this game in the bag for most of it. I mean, they kind of got off to a stagnant start in the opening minutes. But once Randle knocked down that three-pointer, he started distributing and getting other guys on the board, and that's where the dominoes started to fall. The second quarter was Brunson's quarter. He gets hot, quick layup to start it off, then hits a few jumpers, gets to the line, ends up scoring 16 points in the second. Knicks go up 32 points. They go on this gigantic run. Then the Suns end the quarter with an 11-2 run, but it really did nothing. Third quarter, Knicks are slow out the gate defensively, but again, it didn't matter because Randle knocks down 2 quick jumpers. Brunson is going again. Hartenstein had a few moments in the mid third quarter. I'm just reading the TV here. I want to try to see if I can get an update on this kid Hamlin in the Monday Night Football game. Holy cow. Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points tonight. Wow. They're saying that Hamlin has received immediate medical attention and he was transported to a local hospital and he remains in critical condition. All right, that was the NFL's official statement. Wow. So hopefully it goes well there. But yeah, the game was over by the middle of the third quarter. Second half was pretty boring. Not as much movement. Not as much zip. Not as much noise. But again, it's a midday Monday game, so what do you expect? Suns are just very mediocre. They're banged up. Chris Paul kind of looks washed. And so the Knicks did what they had to do. And they won this by a score of, again, 102-83. So we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. We're going to head to break real briefly. But when we get back, we will discuss some of this game. And then we'll wrap it up from there. Stay with us. Be right there. Hey guys, so if you are a listener of the podcast often and you want to know where to find me on social media, you can find me on Facebook at BD4. You can find me on Twitter at BD4Pod. And you can also find me on Instagram at RobJCarbone. BD4 is located on many different platforms. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, and if you do there, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and review. You can listen to it on Spotify, but you can also watch the podcast on both Spotify and YouTube. BD4 is available on many other platforms as well. All you got to do is search it up. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and much more. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, RJ Carbone. I got to check out this stat line by Donovan Mitchell. It said he scored 71 points against the New Jersey Nets, who ended up... Wait, what? No, it said... No, the Nets played the Spurs. I must have read the wrong headline or something. Oh, an overtime game against the Bulls where the Cleveland Cavs won. Mitchell dropped 71. Holy cow. 71, 8, and 11. And he shot, oh my God, he did it on 34 attempts. That's it. 7 triples, 20 free throws made. And he was 22 out of 34, 65%. Damn. 71. Did Booker do 71? Or was Booker 70? Damn. That's the most by a modern player. If Booker was 70, then Mitchell now has the most by a player that's currently playing. Damn. Again, if you are watching the show and if you see me looking away from the camera and up at the TV every once in a while or often, it's because I'm trying to see if there's an update on this DeMar Hamlin kid. And again, by the time this episode is out, there's probably an update. So, as far as the Knicks go, I thought in this game the defense was absolutely excellent. That is what won the Knicks this game. Lately, it's been good. And the difference is there both on the floor and in the numbers. The defense was going through a rough patch during that losing streak. They allowed 113 to Toronto, 118 against Chicago, 119 to Philly, 126 to Dallas, and then 122 to San Antonio. Not good. But on this 2-game winning span, I won't call it a streak. I don't call it 2 games in a row a streak. I'll call it a span. The Knicks held the Rockets to 88 the other night, and again, the Suns to just 83 points. So, yeah, you can see it by just watching these games closely. They're playing very hard and focused. They were closing out very hard on the perimeter today. Brunson was noticeably playing great defense. I thought Quickley and Deuce McBride did a very nice job in the point of attack on Chris Paul. Chris Paul only dropped 11 points on 11 field goal attempts, just 2 assists. He was a terrible minus 38 in the box score. Shamet only had 6 points on 9 shots. Both of them were held scoreless in the entire first half. So, perimeter D was there. I thought the interior defense was also very good, very efficient. And what I mean by efficient is it was just clean. There was no fouling at all. The Suns only took 7 free throws for the game. Mitchell Robinson, I thought he handled Ayton pretty well. He held him to 12 points, only 4 rebounds. While Mitch went for 10 and 10 with a block, a couple assists. Mitch only had 1 foul in 35 minutes. He was also flashing some playmaking. He had 2 assists. So he's posting up the other night. Today he's going through the legs. Maybe making an effort to expand his game lately. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the defense was there. The Knicks held the Suns off the glass. They were +9, the Knicks. At the line, the Suns only had, again, 7 attempts. And they were quiet from three-point land, where they shot just 27%. The Suns had 12 guys active today, and only 2 of them shot 50% or better. You had Damian Lee, who was 4 of 6, and then you had the Nigerian kid, who I'm not going to butcher his name, 1 for 1. So you take those 2 guys out, and the Suns shoot a repugnant 33%. And so the defense was it, man. It was it. And, that 21-0, the 21-0 run that the Knicks went on in the second quarter, it was every bit good defense that it was offense. But of course, the storyline of this game is that Julius Randle continues to dominate basketball. Another great one from him, and so I'm going to give him another game ball.
Bing bang.
Julius today, 28 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shot 10 of 12 at the free throw line. I think the one thing that I'm noticing lately with Randle is his shot creation. Right, he's seeing the floor very well. He's using great court vision to help set up his teammates. You know, he's reading the double team. He's making that extra swing pass if he needs to, which, you know, becomes a problem with him at times. But yeah, man, he's been playing well. He's been playing very well. And again, if you're watching the podcast, I'm going to say this throughout the show. If I look up and away every, few seconds or whatever, it's because I'm trying to find an update and see if they have an update on this kid, DeMar Hamlin, who collapsed on the field tonight on Monday Night Football. But yeah, Randle's just attacking. He's attacking relentlessly, even as a scorer. Sorry, I'm not even putting my words together. I'm making no sense. But no, he's attacking as a scorer as well. Not only is he passing, but he's attacking the rim relentlessly. 12 more free throws today, which is great to see. You love seeing him draw the contact and use his big body. That's one thing I always ask of him. Right? He's taking care of all the mismatches that he's seeing. There have been so many, and there will be so many because of his size at the 4. Today it was Torrey Craig, who never had a shot. But he's 3-level scoring too. He's not only getting to the inside and getting to the line, but he's shooting the 3-point ball well. The mid-range, those long 2-pointers are falling. I just like what I'm seeing from him this year. Again, we gave him a B+ in the report yesterday or the other day. He's getting MVP chance today at the free throw line, which is funny. It's ironic because we're coming up on 1 year from the January 6th incident, the real January 6th incident at the Garden, not the Capitol, okay? Holy fucking around. But, no, it's freaking crazy. It's just been such an odd saga that's kind of coming full circle right now. He comes here in 2019. He sucks. Then he has an incredible fake season the next year in the COVID year. He was incredible. Is a disaster last season with the drama. And now he's having himself a very, very nice bounce-back season this year so far. So, I like it. I'm all for it. I'm going to credit the guy when he deserves it. He was crediting the fans in the post-game presser with Rebecca on the court after the game today. So that was nice to see. He seems like he's in a better spot mentally. I said at the top of the season in preseason, he looks to be in better shape. You can see he's slimmer. But he's been playing good ball. He is the Robin to Brunson's Batman, and you have to love that. It's working out great. Speaking of Brunson, thought he came back like he never left, man. Thought he looked fantastic. Looked like he never went down with an injury at all. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 8 for 18. Looked healthy, first and foremost. He was moving around well defensively, closing out hard, like I said. He was fighting over every ball screen. But I thought Brunson's second quarter, again, was the biggest part in this game to really put the Knicks in control. Right? There was a point where it was still a game. The Knicks were up maybe 11 points. But Brunson, like he's done all year, stops the momentum, swings it right back into the Knicks' favor, and he drills back-to-back 3-pointers. That puts the Knicks up 17 just like that. So, yeah, I think the shooting will amount that to rust. He wasn't, amazing. He started out 0 for 3. He shot poorly at the free throw stripe, 6 of 11. But again, we'll amount that to rust. I think all in all, it was another good one from Brunson. Manuel Quickley was very good. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, just 1 turnover. He has been on one lately, man, ever since he was inserted into the starting lineup. 4 games in a row where he's been productive. Now, he's not always going to be efficient. We know that. That's him. But today he was, with the 6 of 12 shooting, the 3 of 6 shooting from 3. There was even a possession. You love Quickley's ability to stop on a dime and just kind of manipulate the defense and weave in and out. I forget what it was. A possession. He drove to the rim, stopped, and it kind of tripped the defense up, kicked it out. I don't know. But no, he was good offensively. The defense, of course, is always there. His defense on CP3, like we mentioned, was key. There was a possession when he switched on to Bridges in this game. I loved it because he switches on to Bridges. Mikal Bridges is much larger, much longer, with one of the bigger wingspans. And quickly switches on to him. He boxes Bridges out to free up Mitchell Robinson for a rebound. So I thought that was impressive. But Quickley was good. Grimes, I thought, was good too. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. We talk about consistently a lot with Quentin Grimes and how he's got to get better there. That's now 4 of 5 where he scored in double figures. So hopefully that's a promising sign. But we know about the scoring. That's what he's gonna do. And obviously we know he's there for defense also. But I love this kid's ability to make plays on the fly. He's out there again today, putting the ball on the floor, attacking closeouts, and finding guys on the go so easily. And that is super impressive to me for a wing player. He had a few nice ones in this game, man. He had one to Mitch in the second quarter where he blows past CP3, dumps it off to Mitchell Robinson in the dunker spot. He hits up Mitch in a little dribble handoff pick and roll. A bit later also throws the lob to Mitch. Attack the rim and dump one off to Hartenstein late third quarter. And his last assist was really slick, where he finds an open lane. He's off the ball. He finds an open lane, darts to it. Randle hits him up. Then Grimes makes a slick pass kind of behind him where Mitch is cutting from the dunker spot, and he throws it down. It was excellent. So you really like the kid's playmaking. Again, this is a former point guard. He played point guard in high school, and then when he started going to college in Houston, I think he started playing more two guard. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, overall, the Knicks, it's just nice to see them hopefully start to find a rhythm again. That is now 10 wins in their last 15 games. And they just look very focused out there. Like I said, they've been playing pretty good basketball even during those losses. I mean, they do need to tighten up at the end of games, obviously. But other than the Spurs game, they really haven't had a dud from start to finish. They've just screwed up at the end of a game, right? I mean, Toronto, they couldn't hit their free throws. Chicago, was it Toronto or Chicago where they couldn't knock down their free throws? But obviously that was bad. Dallas, obviously, they choked in the final 30 seconds. Even Philadelphia on Christmas, they went into the fourth quarter, in a tight game. So they got to tighten up at the end of games, but they are playing well, right? And again, it's funny because the Thibodeau noise is quiet right now. There's no noise on him. When they lose, it's loud. It was, if we're getting noisy after losses, fine. But let's bring the same energy towards Tibbs after wins, please. It's actually funny because former coach of the year, Monty Williams, had some nice words at least. Watching the press conference, he said the Knicks are a typical Tibbs team, right? He was saying they're getting better as the year progresses. Saying how he was saying actually what we say We said this a while back. It feels like guys are kind of finding established roles, right? Julius is playing at an all-star level. He was saying that. He was saying how Quickley's like their Jamal Crawford. How he can just get it going like that. And he was talking about Grimes, how he's a tough guy to match up against on both ends of the floor. How he can guard, shoot. So it was nice to see some praise from Monty Williams, ex-Knick. But, yeah, that's all. Quick episode. Not much went on. It's just the Suns. And again, they are playing better lately, but at the end of the day, I stick with my opinion that I just don't think this Knicks team is that good. They're going to go through peaks, valleys, and that's why they are currently 20 wins and 18 losses.
Bing bang.
Almost forgot to give Evan Fournier his credit. The bench sucked, so I don't know. I didn't know who to give it out to, but I guess Evan Fournier did something offensively. 5 points, 5 boards, knocked down a 3 in the fourth quarter. Second bing-bong ball in a row for Fournier. Fun fact, he is more than Mitch on the year. Mitch has 1, but Mitch also plays with, the starting unit, who's far better. So, good job, Fournier. I don't know. Yeah. That's it. The Knicks win 102-83. They win the rebounding 45-36. 26 assists to 22. 1 less turnover, only 7. They shoot 49% to the Suns, 39%. They shoot 34% from 3 to Phoenix, 27%. And now they're 20-18 on the year. The Knicks, 20-18. The Phoenix Suns are 20-18 with more talent. So maybe that's a positive sign for the Knicks. But again, they are who they are. I'm not going to flip out over a couple wins, just like I really don't after a couple losses. We'll see. We'll wrap this up when we get back, go to our trivia, talk about our parlay, and that'll be that. We also have a website now for BD4. If you go to BD4blog.com, you can find the blog, the podcast links, and also where to find me on social media. Just go to BD4blog.com. Studio 69 Productions is a podcast production agency created by Leo Rodriguez to allow content creators to market their podcast. It's an online platform that will market your podcast or any other project that you're working on. Get in touch with Leo Rodriguez from Studio 69 Productions. You can find Studio 69 Productions on Instagram at Studio69NJ. Studio 69 Productions, where dreams are heard and born. All right, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, RJ Carbone. And you're listening to episode 459 of the podcast. Thanks for tuning in to BD4. Let's talk about our parlay we had for this next game. We won, and we are 1-0 in the new year. 1-0 in the new year. Let's keep it going, man. All right, welcome back to the show, episode 459, and welcome to RJ's Parlay, where my degenerate self breaks down tonight's big parlay. If I miss, it's not surprising. If I hit, I'll probably lose it all tomorrow night, because that's how this works. Welcome to RJ's Parlay. So, earlier today, our big parlay And I'm going to try to do, this is my strategy for the new year. My strategy is to do anything from 3-pick parlays, 2-pick parlays, to a straight parlay. So I think I'm going to try to eliminate or do a lot less of those gigantic 4+ pick parlays. Because that might be what's killing me. And I'm going to try to keep the odds pretty good. Like, I don't want to go beyond the 100s. I think I'm going to have to do it that way and just inch my way there. That's going to be that'll be the key to getting me wealthy. I'm going to have Musk money. All right, I'm going to buy Twitter. All right. I have 3-picker for today. I have the Knicks money line, Randle 20+ points, and Randle over 2.5 assists. Each of those cashed. So that was a plus 129, and I am now 1-0 in the new year. So took me forever to get a parlay that I liked today. I was messing with the over/under. Thank God I didn't hit the over. I was messing with CP3, going for like a combined 25-point rebound assist. Thank God I didn't do that. I had a couple other ideas that I wanted to do, and I'm very thankful I didn't because they did not work. But yeah, this was a good thing. Good thing. 1-0 in the new year. 1-0 in the new year. Let's talk. Let's wrap it up rather, and let's go over our trivia question of the day to wrap this one up once and for all. All right, so for episode 459, our NYY-NYK-MMA question of the day it's going to be another true or false. True or false? It took the Knicks until their 10th ever season to finish with a record below 500. True or false? It took the Knicks until their 10th ever season to finish with a record below 500. Is that true or false? Let me know the answer wherever you can reach me. If you get the answer correct, I'll give you a shout out on the next episode because that's so cool in front of all 2 of my listeners. If you don't get it correct, but at least attempt to guess the answer, I'll let you know what the answer is privately in the next show, after the next show. So one final time. True or false? It took the Knicks until their 10th ever season to finish with a record below 500. Guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll see you in 460, which very well could be a Yankees episode. I'm going to try to sneak that in tomorrow because there's another off day tomorrow. If I'm not busy, we got to see. I'll try to at least record it tomorrow, right? We'll see what happens. But that's it. See you in 460. Possibly talking Yanks. Actually, you know what? We'll probably record it. If we record an episode on the Yankees tomorrow, it probably won't be 460 because I'm planning on having a guest who probably won't be available until the weekend. So we'll see. It'll be soon. It'll be very soon where I drop an episode about the Yankees. So just keep that in mind. All right, fellas. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Later. This episode was brought to you by Anchor.